The first rule is to keep an untroubled spirit. The second is to look things in the face and know them for what they are. Reject your sense of injury, and the injury itself disappears. Very little is needed to make a happy life. It is all within yourself and your way of thinking. If it is not right, do not do it. If it is not true, do not say it. Accept the things to which fate binds you, and love the people with whom fate brings you together, but do so with all your heart. It is not death that a man should fear, but he should fear never beginning to live. The soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts. The best revenge is to be unlike him who performed the injury. Everything we hear is an opinion, not a fact. Everything we see is a perspective, not the truth. The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts. You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. Never let the future disturb you. You will meet it, if you have to, with the same weapons of reason which today arm you against the present. How much more grievous are the consequences of anger than the causes of it? Do not act as if you were going to live 10,000 years. Death hangs over you. While you live, while it is in your power, be good. The universe is change. Our life is what our thoughts make it. Tomorrow is nothing. Today is too late. The good lived yesterday. When you arise in the morning, think of what a privilege it is to be alive, to think, to enjoy, to love. Think of yourself as dead. You have lived your life. Now, take what's left and live it properly. What doesn't transmit light creates its own darkness. Waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one. Look well into thyself. There is a source of strength which will always spring up if thou wilt always look. Here is a rule to remember in future. When anything tempts you to feel bitter, not this is misfortune, but to bear this worthily is good fortune. How much time he gains who does not look to see what his neighbor says or does or thinks, but only at what he does himself, to make it just and holy. You always own the option of having no opinion. There is never any need to get worked up or to trouble your soul about things you can't control. These things are not asking to be judged by you. Leave them alone. Begin each day by telling yourself, today I shall be meeting with interference, ingratitude, insolence, disloyalty, ill will, and selfishness, all of them due to the offender's ignorance of what is good or evil. Do every act of your life as though it were the very last act of your life. Do not indulge in dreams of having what you have not, but reckon up the chief of the blessings you do possess, and then thankfully remember how you would crave for them if they were not yours. Perfection of character is this, to live each day as if it were your last, without frenzy, without apathy, without pretense. At dawn, when you have trouble getting out of bed, tell yourself, I have to go to work as a human being. What do I have to complain of if I'm going to do what I was born for, the things I was brought into the world to do? Or is this what I was created for, to huddle under the blankets and stay warm? So you were born to feel nice Instead of doing things and experiencing them, don't you see the plants, the birds, the ants and spiders and bees going about their individual tasks, putting the world in order as best they can, and you're not willing to do your job as a human being? Why aren't you running to do what your nature demands? You don't love yourself enough, or you'd love your nature too, and what it demands of you. Begin each day by telling yourself, "Today I shall be meeting with interference, ingratitude, insolence, disloyalty, ill will, and selfishness, all of them due to the offender's ignorance of what is good or evil. But for my part, one have long perceived the nature of good and its nobility, the nature of evil and its meanness, and also the nature of the culprit himself, who is my brother not in the physical sense, but as a fellow creature similarly endowed with reason and a share of the divine. Therefore none of those things can injure me, for nobody can implicate me in what is degrading. Neither can I be angry with my brother or fall foul of him, for he and I were born to work together, like a man's to hands, feet, or eyelids, or the upper and lower rows of his teeth. To obstruct each other is against nature's law. And what is irritation or aversion but a form of obstruction?